That was like this.
Yeah.
He was holding the microphone like this.
When street or hood to come to you and try to come at you a certain way, the only real way that you're going to deal with this, you got to let niggas know there will be consequences if you come at me.
In 1969, two black organizations competing for leadership in the Black Progress met on the campus of UCLA, and it ended in gunfire. Two young men were killed, Bunchy Carter and John Huggins. Some believe COINTELPRO played a role, and one of those organizations was working with the FBI and had a hidden agenda even before they met. But regardless, what sparked everything that day were insults and ideology hostility. That's why I have a problem with Anton and the Black MAGA. They think we don't like them because of their ideology. It's not your ideology. You keep picking on black people.
Let me tell you something. Every last one of these, if they ever want to do something in person, I'm pulling up.
Dr. Umar Johnson, like Tariq Nasheed, like Corey Holcomb right now, their entire identity is around victim Olympics, how they're being oppressed, how white people keep them back. You a tether. You ain't even one of us, bruh. We was here. We created this civil rights movement so you can even thrive here. Okay, Smith, since you've been here for like 8 generations and you're a foundationally black American, explain to me how a first-generation American can come here, make more money than you, become more successful than you, from immigrant parents. Explain that to me, Aquarius.
I always say I'm not going to speak a lot, but every time they bring me back in. Listen, Amru Fuddle, that's your real name, right? The reason why so many of you minorities are doing better is because the rich elite brought you here to replace us on every level. You understand that? You think they're giving billions of dollars to black people like they did to Somalis? They don't do that. But you don't understand that. You don't get that. You got ahead because of government assistance, government aid that we fought for. But a lot of us are still doing well despite all of that. See, you're being disrespectful because we know you're being disrespectful because you're always attacking poor black people. The majority of the people in this country that's poor is white people. But you don't flex your success on poor white people. You don't ever talk about them. That's why this tells us you work for the government. Okay? That's who you work for. Because if you didn't, someone would have already checked you, man. There's a lot of organizations around this whole country, very well connected, that don't care about mafias, bikers, Crips, or Bloods. None of that. They sit low in the cut and wait to see who ends up in the crosshairs. So all this tough talk on the internet and disrespect towards black people, because that's what this is about, man. We don't want what happened back in 1969 to happen again. We're trying to tell you guys, leave poor black people alone if you don't know the whole context of the story. Now watch Anton speak on what happened on the podcast with Corey Holcomb.
100, bro. I'm keeping it 100. Man, I knew that wasn't gonna do nothing. That was shaking like a stripper. He telling Darlene, "Hey, move over there. Let me get next to this." That's for the internet. That's straight up for the internet. I never moved. I sat right there, right next to that, and I continued to cook that the whole time. I was in his backyard. I'm in LA right now in his spot with his people all around talking to that.
Yeah, but you knew you had security, man. Now you see how he's speaking? If he did not have an agenda, regardless of whether he think he was in the wrong or not, he wouldn't come and be this aggressive. He would come and say, "Hey, folks, I'm sorry for what happened over there. It happened because of this." And he know he started it. Corey didn't start swinging back until he threw that haymaker, until he threw that knockout punch telling Corey he sucked black people's dick. You don't make a comment like that, especially knowing you said you studied Corey, so he knew what he was doing. He said, "Kiss it," you kissing those people's ass. Usually when people say somebody's kissing ass, they say the same thing back. But you said suck dick because you knew it was going to get under his skin, which is okay. But he invaded your space. He sat down, which I thought was a bad decision. But you didn't start swinging. Because, see, if you was really about that life you talking about now, as soon as he stepped into your space, the conversation ended. You had every right to start swinging on him, but you didn't. Then he asked you to say that again, and you didn't. So why are you acting tough now that you back in your hotel room? Now watch Myron Gaines with all his tough talk and disrespect towards black people while he sit in his studio.
You know, Brad and Becky, when they see me, they don't think tether. They don't think Sudan. They don't think Muslim. You know what they think? That's a no, right? They assume I'm black just like you. They don't know the differentiation. They don't know if I'm from Sudan or Wakanda or a Foundation Black American. These stupid distinctions are only in the black community. And here's the thing. This isn't a skin color thing. This is a mindset thing. That's the problem. You guys have a victim complex. It's victim Olympics. It's always white man holding me down this, white man holding me down that. Shut the up, bro. Shut the up. Racism is no longer a valid excuse to be a failure.
Yeah, Amru, you right about one thing. Outsiders don't make distinctions, okay? But white people been complaining a long time in this country. You just don't see it because your media raised. They know how to manipulate stories to make it look like minorities the ones always complaining. But all Americans complain. But nobody attacks them, and many of them are broke too. All Americans is broke. Only 5% of America really have money. You're falling for the game. Okay? You're falling for this media manipulation. See, us real black people, we know this is not about white and black. This has always been about the rich man. Nobody has ever used racism as an excuse. We just talk about it when it happens to us. Are we supposed to just be quiet? But one day you're going to find out, just like them Somalis found out, brother. Just like them Somalis found out. Okay, all this tough talk y'all be doing, it's not making any sense. And here's what I mean. Watch how aggressive and violent Anton speaks.
I would have beat the dog. I would have dog walked that nigga. I would have beat the shit out of Corey. His hands was shaking like a stripper. The nigga was scared. The nigga ain't want to do nothing. All of that woofing online. Nigga, I'm right here in your studio right in front of you. Nigga, if you feel so disrespected, then do something.
And this is what the power structure want. They want this division, just like back in the 1960s. And that's why I put that information on what happened on the UCLA campus to show how when two different ideologies get disrespectful, it can go bad. But most of the disrespect is coming from the right.
Exactly. See, lets them know. I hate to say it. I feel like Steve Irwin. Quack you, mate. The bad goes over. It starts trouble. But the other know that he's not afraid. You guys know I like Anton. I'm just around. But this is what it's got to be, though, bro.
Free Media says, thank you for standing tall for black conservative men. Oh, yeah, they think we. They think that just because we Republican and we conservative that we.
But why is this dude being so aggressive, just like he just acting like he just beat Malcolm X in a debate? Like he's patting himself on the back, like he's representing Black MAGA. Did you see how, yeah, they think we conservatives and we soft. All these people have grown from criticizing black people. And it's okay to criticize individual black people, but you guys always lump all the black people into one category and push this agenda. The Hoghead twins did it, Myron did it, Pearl did it, and this man did it. He used to be big time in something else. He used to be an entrepreneur, motivational speaker. And what happened? That's what he used to do. But I notice a lot of these people, when they start losing money and start going on, all of a sudden their new ideology is to attack black people. Now watch right here. He's really just showing out, just getting real aggressive.
He tells jokes. He's the court jester. Stop looking up to these niggas that don't know shit. We are not liberal. We are not the party of gay people. We do not fuck with illegal migrants coming into the country and taking what our ancestors died for. I told the nigga it's disrespectful that we got less than 20% voter turnout rate and we need to be more involved in our local communities, and the nigga giggled like a schoolgirl. Man, what the fuck y'all talking about? This nigga don't know shit. If he not talking about somebody, he don't have no content.
He was trying to be cool with you, and I think you probably out here doing a whole bunch of interviews. If you end up on Adam 22 or Vlad TV, then we really know you planned it.
Y'all niggas keep following these cornball ass niggas that's leading y'all into the mire. They a distraction. They're a distraction. That's it. They not telling you the truth. And that's what I wanted to say to him, because before we got derailed. No, you do the easy shit. You pander. Y'all panda bears. I say the uncomfortable shit that I know that the majority of people is going to feel some type. He wanted to swing so bad. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Let me be very clear. I want to be very, very clear. I want you to hear it from me directly. I would have beat the shit out of Corey.
Say that again.
I would have beat the shit out of Corey. These niggas in real life is frauds. Nigga, who Corey done beat up? Corey would have got the shit beat out of me. I would have beat the shit out of Corey. And I'm not, listen, I'm telling you, it is what it is. The fuck is you talking about? Nigga, that's all we do in Detroit is fades. Nigga, that's why I keep telling you. Nigga, that's all we do in the city is fades. That's all we do. My brothers, my nephews, my uncles, my homies. That's all we do is fades. That's all we do. All of this is fade life. All this right here is fade life, nigga. I don't have to talk about it on the internet. I don't have to talk about it on the internet. Now, I don't want to do that because that's the thing that we tried to get away from. That's the shit that we got away from in the hood. Give a fuck about what you talking about, nigga. I want to be on some intellectual shit. But see, these niggas be thinking that they can do that shit on the internet. They think that, oh man, you know, I could sell a wolf ticket. I could sell a wolf ticket. I don't want to fight. I don't want to do that. I don't want to get into none of that at all. Zero, zilch, nada. I don't want to do none of that.
We know you don't want to fight because when he said say it again, you didn't say it again. You tried to steer him outside where your security was waiting. Why are you going at this man like this now, like you just debated against one of the greatest debaters of all time? And don't get me wrong, Corey can handle himself, especially when it comes to that comedy game. He could have hit you with some jabs and kept it funny and really just threw you off. But I think he brought you in there to he wanted to work with you. That wasn't your agenda. This fits your agenda. You're trying to become a heavyweight within the MAGA ideology, the Black MAGA. You want to represent that. That's why all these maggots is sending you money. They're proud of you. And you want to pat yourself on the back. Man, going out of here. All right, that's the breakdown, folks.
Broke it down to its very last calm down.